All right. Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. So, I am Prashant, host for this session, and I have my guest Ravi Gaurav. We will be talking about things like how Ravi has make his remarkable journey towards starting his career from starting to even though publishing a book some time back. So I think it is a great opportunity. We can see how Ravi has grown up with his in professional background and the training background, and then we have he has published our one of the book as well. So I think through that we will be looking out how his journey went ahead. So we will be talking about certain things, and we will be asking Ravi how he has grown with his career, so that a lot of people gets motivated, and then they also firmly try to form such kind of way or such kind of stories in their background. So I think we can start with Ravi introduction, and then we will start one by one questions and how he has progressed in his career, or what is his exact journey which he has done with related to professional side.
Okay. Thanks, Prashant. Thanks for having me here. So, hello everyone, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever the location you are seeing this podcast with Prashant. So, it's been not one day journey. So, I have been in service now since 8 years now, 8.5 years, and I started my career with ServiceNow admin. Like very less people get a chance to work from the scratch. So I was one of those lucky person, you can say. I started my career with scratch greenfield implementation, we used to say. So I started with admin, and then slowly gradually what I have seen in my journey of learning admin, that there are very few resources available. By the time, I don't think so ServiceNow has a developer, not developer, that product documentation page we call as a ServiceNow wiki. So we has less number of content there. So from that time it was in my mind, so if I reach that position, I definitely gonna use the platforms like YouTube. Now it is very big. Now we have Prashant, his own YouTube channel, where he is also teaching people on ServiceNow how to get with the new versions, everything. So I started from there. I have seen my past. I've learned from my past what the mistake I have done, and everything I have keep on documenting. So nowadays it is available in the market how you are going to learn ServiceNow, and then I have started my YouTube where I teach people from very basic. So I understand the mentality of a people coming from ServiceNow or IT background, that what they need right now on the videos. So I focus on the content part. I didn't focus on the beautification part, and how I can make sure that people will understand. So it's this been 7 years journey, and then I started 1.5 year back my YouTube, where I teach people on ServiceNow admin development and whatever is required ITSM. Now, after doing all this, it's been I think 1.5 year that I was working on a book which Prashant has mentioned. That is a handbook, you can say, or you can say notes come book, where you will find out each and every part which is required to get into service. Now if you are in service now, it's going to be helpful for you to check the scenarios and all, but someone who's trying to switch the career, this book is going to be super helpful. So this was my start journey. So I started from zero. Now it is on the advanced side. Right now I'm a solution architect in service now, and it is good to have the conversation with Prashant here, because you might get more insights how the journey has started from zero. So over to you, Prashant.
Yeah, so thanks for the intro. I think Ravi. So I think that would be like so much of motivation for many professionals, because I think people are having a lot of questions with related to how they will start in service now, and what are the challenges they would be facing, and as well as they are looking to join some new company also, because I think there are two very important part. First thing is like you should know service now, or you should be knowing all and out about it, because to move in a company you should know the few basic things and platform specific things as well. And after that, challenging is that part only when people get into some company and they start working. So I think people has joined with Ravi. Like he not only supports just by giving training, and people doesn't get help, but after that also he provides like the support. Like if some people has to get into job or like with related to openings, so I think he try to help that way also to all the professionals, because at the end everybody would be in same family or same community in future. So I think people are here trying to help each other, because I think Ravi has struggled in starting off his career, even myself also. So I have close to 10 years. So in 2015, there was more struggle while starting service now. 17, it was less. 19, it became good. And after 20, I think after COVID, so a lot of people are sharing knowledge in service now world. So I think there are a lot of opportunities, and the learning opportunities has increased just like a sea. People, there are a lot of people who is sharing knowledge, a lot of people who are gaining knowledge, and as well as this participation is increasing day by day through different people. But we have certain people like we have some of the professionals who think okay, they might feel some people as an inspiration, and they will start doing such kind of activities. So seeing this, it is like very good in this community, because 3 4 years experience also people are sharing their knowledge, information, whatever they have learned in terms of because in service now we have multiple modules also. So people who are more expertise on various modules, they also share the information. But that should be like think supporting from like training to their getting job in service now, right?
Yeah.
So I think Ravi, I do have question like how did you get into like service now training stuff, uh, so that you can train these number of people and they are benefited from their training to their job,
Yeah.
getting jobs in their background. So you are helping all of them. So how did this come to you?
Yeah, so this journey started in 2019, Prashant, and it's not like I have struggled. A lot of people have struggled before 19, as you mentioned. So the struggling period has evolved this kind of a kira, you can say in English. I don't know, kick, that why not to train people who are really interested in service now, because I can see the future in 2017 itself. Because the stock price of service now in 2013 was only $27. In 2017 it was 400 plus. Now it is 1000 plus. So you can see the competitors are nowhere here near
Yeah,
to ServiceNow also.
yeah,
So yeah, so the kick came when there was very few documentation, very few resources available in the market. So what I thought to why not to give this training so to everyone. So earlier it was free in 1920 when I used to give training. It was completely free. 21 also during COVID time also. But what is the benefit? What is the bad part about free is people don't take it seriously. That's why I've introduced some amount of fees for the training, and that training really help people because we start from zero, Prashant. Very
yeah,
zero, very scratch, raw. If you know service now, for you also, if you don't know service now, because I have seen in my batches, people have transferred from non-IT to IT, homemakers to now working in big fours, product-based companies. So the journey is super cool. This is the 40 to 50 hours of session which I used to take. Now also the sessions are going on, so where I touch base on all the basic concept because I feel like foundation is important. And on
yeah,
top of foundation, building first floor, second floor, learn ITSM, ITOM, HRSD. You can do whatever the we can pile up. So I teach from zero to advanced. So this has happened in 2019 when I was struggling to get the exact right amount of information to survive in a service now environment. But once I am well established, then I have compiled all these resources so long, and then I have given it to our ServiceNow community. So it's not only me; it's helpful for all the community. But to be very frank, if you invest at least 30 minutes a day to ServiceNow, you can see your changes in the next 1 month itself. You can able to crack any interviews for sure. Just 30 minutes a day. That's what I feel, and that's what I teach my students to do the hands-on. People are asking, real time scenario. Our entire surrounding is made up of ServiceNow scenarios. If you see a shopkeeper vendors, they are using the local apps, correct, to get the bills. If you have seen my uh, book part, which I have used ServiceNow only to build that page where people can do the payment, correct. So you
Yeah.
can build those kind of stuff, app stuff, using ServiceNow itself. So why not you see everything around you as a real time? So everything is real time, Prashant. So this way the batches are benefited to a lot of people. So the training count is right now I think 7,000 plus people, and the placement count is 5950, and rest of the students are in different modules. So 87% placement count right now.
Uh, okay. So I think there is a question from Jerry. So, what were your most challenging moments in learning and how did you overcome this?
So most challenging moment is when you were starting ServiceNow scripting, people loaded your head with you need JavaScript, you need JavaScript. So
Yes.
that was the most challenging moment for me. But when I went inside ServiceNow, what I feel is ServiceNow uses small part of JavaScript, which is Glide family. And if we know Glide family, I don't think so. We need anything else. Basics are there. If else and all things are basics. But if you know Glide family, you know how to navigate to tables. ServiceNow is a game of tables. You also know, Prashant. It's all
Ye-
tables. It's all like same like your Excel sheet. You have a column, row, filter out, create data, update data. So this was a challenging in the starting because for the first 1 year, even I was very skeptical that what should I do? People are moving to Java. People are moving to Python. Why should I choose a tool? But that was my good decision because if you notice in ServiceNow ecosystem, everything is now low code. Almost 10%, I can say only 10% is coding, what I believe, which is also customer specific. Rest you can configure it. So this was the most challenging, and overcome is by learning the ServiceNow documentation, saying that we use JavaScript but use small part of JavaScript because ServiceNow inbuilt their features already to use that. So ServiceNow write a code for us, but we are just using it. So that's I overcome. So no need of learning the entire JavaScript because JavaScript is just C. If you go and learn Angular, React, Node, gone. Then why you are learning ServiceNow? So what I believe is only focus on basics of Java, like how to create an object, variables, and other things, if else array, and rest you focus on glide coding, glide scripting. That's all. GForm, GUser, glide record, whatever the glide family consists of, you just have to focus on there, and then you are done.
Yeah, yeah, I think that question also comes initially because what people think is like service now requires some extensive coding. So I have also faced such kind of situation
Yeah,
like people tell, okay, do I need to learn service now even though I sorry for JavaScript. So they tell, okay, how extensive JavaScript learning is required.
correct.
So the only answer I think that could be like it is very basic part. You should know how the things are happening and how you will apply logic. That's the main thing. That's it. Either you know anything, even though if you know any type of language, whether you are working in different domains also, but it is same. It's like you just having the object different and utilization of those uh, things as different in service now, but it could be easy if they spend some time. Like definitely we have to spend time on anything whatever we have to learn, even though it is very easy, we have to give some time.
Yeah,
So I think that is not a big challenge. Challenging thing is like inside platform, how you will learn it, how you will move ahead. Because those logic building, everybody does in their everyday life in
yeah,
professional IT thing. They does have one logic thing every day or one technical thing every day in whatever technology they are working, because these days if you are having some technology or the logic building every day, then only you will be more successful also, because the competitive market is there in the world. You should be having some new things decorated every day and creating it so that you fulfill with your client, I think so.
yeah,
So that would be very beneficial, and as well as people are looking more towards scenario based, because what happens, they think about interview also. Many times the interviewer will ask scenario based question. So we have to answer those accordingly. We have to be more creative on our day to day learning also, or whatever things we are working. So automatically people will start answering this logic building, and they will not be having much issues on this part.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think congratulations for MVP for
Thank
2025
you.
also. So it was a good journey, or we can tell it as a milestone also, because all over the world some people are selected and recognized on this level. So I think that is a big thing for anyone who is doing such kind of thing. So I think it is your consecutive 2 year, Ravi, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes, two
So
years.
so yeah, so many more to come. So I think you can tell us like how did you get for second consecutive MVPs, and like how would you recommend people to move ahead if they
Yeah.
want to be.
Yeah, so for the first time when I was an MVP, I was not aware about the ServiceNow logic, how they calculate the things. But I have been doing since 2020, so I have nominated and I got it. But second time, what when I was knowing about the fact that ServiceNow community check your work from Jan to December. I know there are certain things which we should not talk here, which we can take it offline. But whatever
Yeah.
you do from Jan to December, it is counted. A person who's starting in November and getting an MVP title in December is completely wrong. What I'm saying is, last year in 2024, I started contributing for the month of February because batches are keep on going. Contribution in the sense helping people on ServiceNow community answering the question. You should not be on the top. I have seen people are on the top. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't need it because it is something which not defines you. You should be continuously supporting people on community whatever you know. If you know this question, you can answer the question, fine, that's okay. The first task is the community task. Second task, I believe, is your social media platform where you promote service now, where you teach people on service now, where you say that okay, this is the module which I am going to teach and this is going to support use community. This is the second one. Third one is how active you are in taking service now, learning new features on any of the platform, whether it is LinkedIn, uh, YouTube, wherever you can take it. And the fourth one is your best contribution. Any articles like podcast, like Prashant is doing. Articles are supported. Now this year, for example, this year January, I have launched a book, so it might be recognized by service now, we never know. So I have
Yeah.
done my entire work for the next last 1.5 year. I was doing, I just showcase on 25th January month. So if they are going to check what I did in January, I launched my book February month. And this book does not contains one thing, it contains admin development integration. It means that someone who are doing the basics, they are also learning, intermediates are also learning, and advanced. So I touch all these three areas that we need in service now. Maybe I will be publishing more book. Content is required, publications are required, your article should be required. Maybe you might not get chance to publish an article because you are not an MVP right now, guys, if you are listening, but you get a chance to post a question. So you can tweak the question in such a way that it can be converted into an article. Don't ask, just put a question. If you wanted to show your knowledge, let's say you know service portal, you write it about it and show to the world. Share it on the LinkedIn platform, and we are here to support. So last year, if whatever the work you have done, you have to compile all those work, because December month service now will be asking you to upload all your work, what you did with the proofs. So whatever you have done, I think I have done close to 14, 15 videos on YouTube. Then three articles I have written. I have completed HRSD. Then I have completed Prashant ITOM part,
Yeah.
CMDB part on the ServiceNow Now Learning. Then I was contributing to ServiceNow community in answering the question, and I was on top three. But I really, if you ask me personally, I don't believe that, because there are a lot of fake things happening in the market. People answer their own questions and they accepted the solution. That is, it's okay. It's okay. This is competition, is okay. But don't focus on the numbers which you are
Yeah.
getting on the community page. Focus on the content, because at the last, when you are showcase your content to service now, they will not check the numbers whether you are in top three, top two, top one, doesn't matter. What contribution you have done.
Yeah.
So you will, yeah. So that is important. A small contribution, if a small idea can help you a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there is a question from like how important is it to learn portal development?
I
We
think
need.
Prashant, you can also add this question because I've been hearing this too from all of my students and community members. According to me, I'm just putting my word. My point of view is service portal development is only good for them who know to build a ServiceNow pages, HTML, CSS, Angular. But ServiceNow is not a platform where you are building a website. If you
Yeah,
wanted to build a website, go and learn JavaScript and switch from ServiceNow. You don't need ServiceNow in that case. I know ServiceNow has to survive in the market. That's why they have service portal, employee center portal, which is already configured. You can add certain things is fine, but if you have to entire building the new portal from scratch, you should have a knowledge, Udav. So we really don't need service portal development knowledge to start our career in ServiceNow and to end our career in ServiceNow. Because if you ask about except ITSM module, ITOM if I talk, they only work on the network side, infra network
yeah,
side. So what you will do with portal there? Nothing. No use. GRC, no use of portal. HamSam, no use of portal. Where portal
yeah.
comes when you request something, when you log a ticket. This all comes under
Basic.
ITSM. Yes.
Yeah,
So to be very frank, I don't have extensive knowledge on portal, but I have learned over the time. If you get
yeah.
time, you can also learn, but don't impose yourself that you have to learn portal. If someone
It,
is asking about portal in your job
yeah,
description, you might land up in a company where once the ServiceNow project is over, you might be going to the front end because they show front end that you know front end.
yeah.
So that's the point.
So I think that is a very basic thing because these days not only portals, there are many things coming
Yeah,
on, but portal is mainly, it is good to know basically. It's not like mandatory to know every time because portal is a thing. If you are working on ITSM for an example, you will be able to complete your development if you know good knowledge of configuring client script or business rule, then I think you will not be having much problem in portal development because you know what is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These three things everybody has learned in their college. If they are from CS or IT background, so they might be already knowing what is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So basically, there we need to only learn how the data is transformed from client to server, server to client. The people who might be knowing this, they will be able to do everything there. And the
yeah,
most important part is like it will not be requiring much extensive development or customized development because nowadays customer is also very much focused on utilizing out of the box things more
yeah,
rather than customizing whole thing because that might be a problematic in future whenever upgrade happens. Some company has to struggle on portal side, which is very small part of their system or process, and it is creating headache for them. So for that purpose they are modifying existing widgets most of the time,
yeah,
and modifying existing widget you will be able to do it very easily. It's like you have to add some condition or remove something which is under out of the box. So I think that is not a very mandatory part to know portal. It is good to know basically.
yeah,
So how you can showcase, like Ravi mentioned, how he was advertising on ITSM ebook. So he has created a portal page. So try to be more creative. Okay, whatever you are doing, try to create some page, and you can display, okay, my page is looking this way. So
yeah.
that way you will learn it yourself, and you will not be requiring the actual project to work on portal
Correct,
because nowadays they have provided on demand courses free also. So service portal development you can learn very easily. So there is a course you can go to now learning and you can get it very easily. So no any extra languages required. It's just like basic JavaScript, you would be very easily understanding what is utilized under service portal. So it is
correct,
basically the Angular part. Just tag will be different, but the thing how you will be utilizing it is old method only basically.
correct. Even I am thinking to bring a series on service portal, not now because I'm a little bit occupied with so many things.
Yeah.
So that's the reason, yeah.
So we need to work on our project also, which
Yeah.
we are having. So I think people understand that people are working with their company also, and the primary focus of work is that only, for everybody whoever is like sharing the knowledge.
Because at the end of the day, we have to go
Yeah.
home with money. So,
Yeah.
which is that's why we will survive. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I think you have covered a lot of parts like how people can contribute. So, on contribution side, also like people are having like they could only share information on YouTube and the community only. So,
Mhm.
how would you comment about that? It's like mandatory part you should be having YouTube channel, or the community answers you're answering, or people can contribute on LinkedIn, or they can create their own blogs. Like
Okay.
how would you uh, tell that how people
Okay.
will be utilizing other platform sharing?
Okay, so let me answer this, Prashant, in this way. Well, ServiceNow will release the form to fill in December every year. They have created a variable set, by the way. In that variable set, they will ask you what is your contribution, what area of contribution, and I think they have asked you to provide the link. Doesn't means that you need a YouTube channel to become an MVP.
Yeah.
Doesn't need that. If you have YouTube channel, you are not putting a blog, then you can become MVP. So whatever you did, you have to mention with the link, screenshots. They have an attachment, you can attach whatever you can. And once you mention that, even if I get a chance, I will check whether the page is open or not. I can show my screen and I can show you. So there you can clearly mention that on LinkedIn, the blog post number, this blog is about ServiceNow, let's say portal development. You had put it and you have to put that. ServiceNow community, if you're not active, that's okay. But make sure that you should log into ServiceNow community in order to make your visibility to the community members, because maybe I might not know you and some other might know you who is in on community. So document your work is very important. At the end of December, you just upload whatever you have documented wherever ServiceNow has asked that. So I think there's no YouTube channel is not required. Blog, if you are doing, you can post your blog details, and that will be fine, Prashant.
Yeah, because people things like okay, we are posting something on LinkedIn, so LinkedIn also we can write an
Yes,
article
yes, LinkedIn, you
basically.
can write an article and you can even post that LinkedIn link to the variable set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think you have already answered a lot of things. So I think how people can begin their journey for becoming an MVP, or a strong clearance. How would you provide to our community people?
Hmm. So to begin your, so I'm assuming you are already in service now. So if you are already in service now, to begin your journey as an MVP, as I mentioned, discounted from month of January. But nowadays, what I have seen, if you are working for 3 months also, you can become an MVP. That's what I have seen in the result. Maybe Prashant, you might have noticed. So what I wanted to say is your work is important from January till December. Let's say you have contributed by creating an article on ServiceNow admin development, or let's say citizen development, or let's say app. You have built an app, innovation you have built. So document that innovations. When I say document, you don't have to document everything. Make sure that that app is available. You can take certain screenshot which you can showcase to ServiceNow that within this year, this month, I have built this. Document January, February, March, April, May till December, and then upload it. In any small article will also give a lot of impact, because there are 3 lakh people, 3 million people in ServiceNow who have been using ServiceNow community. And now out of that, how many will be selected? So 72, 93, this time 93. But just think what makes you different from 3 lakh people, because the people might be doing their daily jobs like we used to do. Now, what
Yeah.
extra you are doing, like Prashant is doing, like I am doing, like a lot of people like this us doing. So, where to showcase this? I know you are doing it, but where to show? So, that's why document is important. Take a screenshot of each and everything. If you have a YouTube channel, publish that link to ServiceNow platform when they ask you. And once you publish it, you will notice there's a variable set. If you in ServiceNow background, you know the catalog item they have designed ServiceNow. Inside the catalog item, they have built a variable set, and they will ask you what is your contributions link, contribution link. So if you have lot of contribution, obviously, except politics, I'm very much sure that you will be able to get into it MVP
Yeah.
title for sure.
All right. So, like, how would you motivate people like who is preparing for interviews? So, suppose for an example, right now many people are going to interview like 3 year, 4 year, or 5 year people.
Hmm.
Like how would you recommend them if suppose they are only working with ITSM module and like they are having a challenge like people are asking other modules also, so what do you recommend to these kind of people who are preparing for interview?
So if I talk about freshers, first let's take from freshers, because there will be questions on the fresher side. How fresher will get into service now? See, there is no direct entry in service now for freshers. There
Yeah.
are certain months, like now it is March, April, May, June. College is going to be hiring from the uh, campus placements are there. So from
Yeah.
there are chances to get it hired, and you can tell them that I am working ServiceNow because they take basic questions. I think the aptitude test will be there, correct? And when there will be
Yeah.
one to one, you can say that I am in ServiceNow. Now, as per ServiceNow, 87% companies are using ServiceNow, so you might land up in ServiceNow project.
Yeah.
Second point is internship. Like there are many companies which they introduce ServiceNow Academy or ServiceNow uh, studios. So there are a lot of companies, I'll not take the names, but they release the internships for 1 year, and then you become a permanent employee for them in the starting phase. So if you know ServiceNow, it is a very good opportunity for you. Third is there's a website. Prashant, you can mention the website. The website name is AMCAT, AMCAT.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Okay.
MCAT, yeah, and eLitmus. There are two websites which you can go and search for the fresher hiring jobs. For sure, you will be getting it. Fresher hiring is super simple. They ask you some basic questions on aptitude, and second thing what they ask is what language you know or what things you know. So if you know service now, you can showcase I know all this, because the person who is taking your interview, he is technical, he might be knowing. So for freshers and someone who is already in ServiceNow ecosystem, they wanted to switch their career from non-IT to IT, or IT within BMC Remedy to ServiceNow. So the main thing is that basics. We should be focused on ServiceNow admin basics. I know admin cannot get you a job alone. You should know ITSM first. And once you know ITSM, there are jobs on ITSM in the market. It's not like that there are no jobs on IT. Only ITSM is there. Only non-ITSM are there, like HRSD, ITOM, GRC. No, it's not like that. ITSM jobs are also there. Yesterday only I have checked, Prashant. There are 72 job posting on LinkedIn only on ITSM.
Yeah.
Completely on ITSM. So ITSM is your fundamental part. You should know ITSM. Second, as your base are clear, you can build on top of it. HRSD is only 12 classes, 12 to 15 class done. ITOM will take you time because it is on the infra side. So at least have to have one extra module will really gonna helpful in long run, but doesn't means that you will not get a job in ITSM. So my point of view is focus on ServiceNow admin basics, development, learn how catalogs, flows, your business root client script, as you mentioned, works. Integration works in ServiceNow. Integrations are very demanded in the market. Integration is common across all ServiceNow domain, almost all ServiceNow domain. Then you will be good to go to get for any job. That for sure.
Yeah, I know integration is one of the biggest part. I think people should learn at least one integration,
Correct.
basic one. He would be having more information on that part, like at least one integration, and people will be more satisfied while taking your interview because
Correct.
they consider integration as separate part. We consider okay, it is part
Hmm.
of ITSM, but when it comes to interview side, okay, okay, one integration properly, then they will think okay, same integration can be done on other modules also, HR, or we have location also. Some of the applications there are where we need to transform it to WSD tables of ServiceNow,
Yes.
building location floors. So I think that becomes easier for taking interview, because they can land up into other module based on your integration itself. And
Correct.
then based on your integration you might learn HR module, or we have other module also, even customer service management we have. There some integration happens, some integration happen on HR side. And you might not know, you might land up to ITOM integration side also using mid server. So lot of things you need to get it from the customers Windows server, or how they want to access it. So they would be more interacting with other modules if they know integrations also. So I think Ravi books also contains integration side. So I think that is a very good thing that has been included, because it is a step by step process and how you will apply in your system. And the most important thing is like you can do it at a free of cost thing.
Yeah.
It will not require any cost. The biggest benefit of
So for
learning
personal developer instance, almost you can integrate with non-paid tools like Jira,
Jira. Yeah,
Azure, AWS also. But there are certain tools which you cannot do like Workday, which is really
yeah.
comes with paid version. But still, you will get in clarity that how integration happens. That will be easy for you.
Because these days I think people are doing integration with lot of things, chat GPT, different
ChatGPT,
AI tools. And I think you can do with Teams also.
yeah,
WhatsApp
right.
is free, you can do with your WhatsApp. So I think lot of integration people do just for increasing their knowledge. So you can also take how you can integrate lot of things. Like you have phone in your hand, you can select some application which you can integrate. That also can be done within ServiceNow. So
Yeah,
people are doing that separately. Like even though WhatsApp, people, lot of people has done WhatsApp integration so as to support or raise the issue within their company directly from WhatsApp.
yeah.
I think one more question. So I think related to certification side, so people are
Mhm.
lot of concerned about certification also. Some people are getting, they are doing, that is fine. But some people is still concerned. Okay, how much certification I need to do? So how would you comment to those kind of people who are most focused to certification side, or rather than learning they should know good, or they are most focused on voucher side? So recently you might have heard, so ServiceNow has done all on demand courses are
For
free,
free.
but
Yeah.
people are still commenting, okay, are vouchers free? So I think people should understand what is the difference between learning and those getting certification. Certification is different part and on demand courses are different. So how would you comment on that part?
Okay, so this is very big. You can say very big audience are there who might be asking this question. Certifications are
Yeah,
how important. If you ask me my point of view, certification is not at all important to get a job in service now. Not at all important.
yeah,
Nowadays, all your certifications comes with a question answer which is already available in the market. Same like all the questions. You can read the question, give the examination. But learning concept is important. If I
yeah,
am learning ServiceNow ITSM, I should know in and out of ServiceNow ITSM. Certification is something which is required, maybe required by clients. Say that I need a certified system application admin. That's the reason company might be asking you for the CSA certified resources.
yeah,
That might be the reason. But if you ask me personally, when I started in 2016, I got my first certification in 2019 after 3 years. And between that I have switched two jobs. So doesn't mean that you need a certification to get a job in service now. For sure, it's all depend on the quality content, quality of your education, what you are doing it, quality time you have spent in service now. Second point, guys, I am very much focused here is why service now is keeping $300 $400, because service now also has to survive in the market. They have to generate the revenue. Just think, if you get everything for free, you will not respect at all anything. You are
yeah,
getting everything for free, you will not respect. Free advice also people don't take nowadays. You
yeah,
will you will take advice on phone and you will pay the phone charges. Just think on this. ServiceNow also has to survive, because ServiceNow for me, Prashant, is very big because they have given us lot of things. I'm not talking about
yeah,
ServiceNow community. We are earning because of service now, not
Yeah.
because of any company.
Yeah.
Company is secondary thing. Company comes later. First
Yes.
comes your knowledge. If
Yeah.
I have a knowledge, I can switch 100 companies. If you don't have a knowledge, I will sit back and relax in a company where the people are doing politics. You will not, you will just get bullied there.
Yeah.
So don't be in that company. First, build your knowledge. Put on your papers. Doesn't make sense to stay there where you don't have a respect. Respect your knowledge.
Yeah.
Company comes late. You can earn without working in a company also. Like me, Prashant, everyone is doing. I run my batch. I can leave a company. I can run full time 24/7 my batch. He can also learn a batch. He can also do full time 24/7 YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can learn, earn also by learning it. So the
Yeah.
important
Exactly.
point is learn. Okay, like take example of food blog channels. What they do, they generally create a content around their food because they like it. They are not working in master chef, they are not working in any restaurant, but if you see successful food blog channel, how they much are they are earning. So focus on learning. Certification is nothing, guys. If you
Yeah.
join a company, they will give you a credit for free, for sure. You can go and do the certification from there, but learning is important. You learn one module. If anyone will ask you a question from there, you are in the position to tell. Don't learn everything and do nothing. So
Yeah.
that's my point.
Yeah, because like people are thinking, okay, now we got on demand course, they have completed, now they should get into certification instantly. So I think that should not be the case until the company asks, because definitely there, every company they will ask some learning or some certification. That is part of their learning and development section. They will definitely ask you every 6 month or every 3 month or 4 month. They will ask, okay, you have to do one learning and development side things, like whether it is certification, whether it is your courses which you are doing.
Correct.
Every company has their learning and development section in their company. So I think you will already get chance to get certified. So I think whenever you get chance to for on demand course as free, previously also it was free, then ServiceNow came up
Yeah.
with some charges, and now again they have done free because the demand was increased again, and people are thinking, okay, we have to pay for learning also. Now they have has done these on demand courses as free, so try to learn as much as possible. And please do uh, the practical experience also, because you would be having one demo instance with each on demand course. Most of them, I think. So people think they cannot do service mapping, or they cannot do
No, it's not like that. You
they
can
can
do.
practice some
You
things
can
there.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do teach ITOM classes, Prashant. Even I'll not comment.
Okay, so I think people should learn also. They are getting some of the instances while doing service mapping course or discovery course. They are already having one demo instance with them, so they can practice their side under that specific instance. And also we can use a personal developer instance to explore, as Jerry also mentioned. So I think that would be great if people are utilizing those on-demand courses as free. So yeah, so we have back Ravi. So you can start, Ravi. So all right, I think there is some network issue on Ravi's side. uh, So yeah, so we were talking about on-demand courses. So basically, these are free from ServiceNow. So I think we should utilize this thing uh, because we are not sure till what time it would be free. So it's better try to consume knowledge whatever we are getting as free. So later, I think your company can think, okay, some training is already provided in terms of on-demand courses, so I think they will give you more chance towards your certification side on specific modules. So I think you have to be more patient on a certification side. So company will definitely ask you to do certification every year, one or two. So I think you should stick towards learning plan. So PDI also we have personal developer instance is one of the most useful learning site where we can get from developer.servicenow.com, and in developer.servicenow.com also you might find some of the courses like REST message or application creation. So you can complete that using developer.servicenow.com also. So that is also one part where we can utilize our learning and learn about application development. So I think you can learn these things from there also. So yeah, we have Ravi back. So there was some network issue on
Yeah.
his end.
So what I was saying, Prashant, even I took ITOM batches where I teach how to set up mid server. So everything is possible. I do custom patterns, I do service mapping, all through on PDI, personal developer instance. So you don't have to worry for it. We have a free service now instance. You can use it. Or every on-demand course comes with a, as you said, we have instance they have given us to us.
Yeah.
You can reutilize it. Yeah.
So yeah, so learning side, because previous people has a lot of question like they are charging for learning also. So
Yeah.
last year we got so much of questions over our developer meetups also, why they are charging for courses if they are already charging for certification side.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think
Correct.
you have got the opportunity to learn, so it's better try to learn a lot of things rather than giving some time on certification side. Because
Certification is not at all required, to be
so
very frank.
what you will do, you will like and 3 4 weeks you will give all your to certification only. You will not be much focused on learning or implementing such thing.
Correct.
You will be concentrated and then you will not get chance to work on that specific module. So what will happen, you will end up with getting no knowledge, and you have certification also.
Correct.
So my point is every company is having their projects in all the modules, because the company is buying a service now for HR also, CSM also, GRC also. Nowadays I see there is a trend for telecom industry, and
TSM
as well
module.
as
Yeah.
yeah. So I think they are moving into various other products of service now. So I think you will definitely you have to give some time to your company. There might be a chance you will be getting more interesting modules to work on, because you cannot learn all the modules for the fact I'm telling.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever opportunity comes, learn that, as simple. And while working on your project, whether it is GRC, whether it is VR, whether it is security incident response, at that time only try to do certification. Because what happens, you will not have to do some more hard work. It would be more smart work. When you are working on SIR, you can give that exam very easily because you are already working, and you would be seeing okay how the flow is running. But you didn't work on certain module and some question comes in certification exam, and you think okay, I have studied but I forgot because the practice was not done for that. So I
Correct.
think people should be more aware towards learning. Certification will be provided sooner or later by your company only. So I think only mandatory ones are generally the company asks is CSA and CAD. That is
Correct.
the basic one. If you are having that, that's it. Then focus on your learning part more. rather than getting certification and this side.
Exactly. Learning is important because once you have a knowledge, whether you are in X company, Y company, doesn't matter. It matters only your knowledge.
Yeah. So I think we are done with a lot of questions which we are having. So what do you recommend to the people as a total? You have to go for certain conclusion on becoming a proper developer, or like how you want the people should proceed in in this market of service now. So how it is evolving. So how
Yeah.
would you recommend the people to move ahead?
So, according to me, what I believe for the next 10 years, 10 years, why I count the numbers? Because I never know. A decade is there for any tool to boom or go down. So, I'm taking an example of for the next 10 years, there's no competitor of service now until we create a competitor. Right now, there's no competitor.
Yeah.
And ServiceNow graph is exponential from their stock price to from their learning price from the user perspective. There are 87% survey. Last year, I attended a creator con where they have shown a survey that 87% of companies are using ServiceNow. So suppose if you are at a place where out of 100, 87 people are eating the same food, so you should be joining that. So there are a lot of opportunity. The only important point I want to say that 30 minutes a day to service now can do wonders to your career. Like a lot of people have got success and they are at good position outside India, abroad, doesn't matter. The only matter is your knowledge. Wherever you stay, product based, service based, everything is good until and unless you have a knowledge. If you don't have a knowledge, if you have not focused, then down the line you might change service now to some other tool, and that tool also you can change to other tool. So keep in your mind, learning is a key here to success, and certification is something which is really not required. It's just client perspective. They will get you the certificate done for sure, 110%. So the my according to my conclusion, give everything to service now. I'm not saying that do 24/7 work. I am only saying 30 minutes time for your own development. Company, everyone works. Even I am working, you are also working, and everyone is working for the company. But
Yeah.
what you're working for yourself to improve each and every day in your long run. See the bigger picture. That's what I wanted to say, Prashant.
Yeah, I think yeah, that what a good suggestion, because 30 minutes to 1 hour, I think if people are learning service now, so
Yeah,
I think they can definitely give that much of time. That is not a huge time, because I think on other technology, if you try to learn something, it will take some time. Because why I am telling that, because I have experienced that, because
correct.
people has to learn sometime. So Ravi also know, like when we try to do integration, we have to learn other tool also
Yeah,
for some extent, like what it does, how the flow will happen. For an example, Jira also we need to generate bi-directional integration, so we should know how to generate web request from Jira also, and what payload we are sending from there.
yeah,
So I think on an average, while doing integration, also we try to learn other tools, like we have AD integration. Some of the integration are there where you get chance to work on other application also. So you might find, okay, ServiceNow is very easy to use and easy to generate lot of things in ServiceNow in terms of web request or
yeah,
scripted REST API. So you might find more easier in ServiceNow for doing that. All right,
correct.
so I think that everybody should keep in mind, like whatever time they are consuming, they should at least provide 30 minutes. It's correct, people are thinking to utilize 2 hours, 3 hours. Just 30 minutes to 1 hour is completely okay if you are spending in service now.
Consistency is important. If you
The
spend
main
30
thing, yeah.
minutes to 30 minutes today, you should do 30 minutes tomorrow also. Consistent is very important.
Yeah, because without consistency, even Ravi has to maintain consistency. Me also, we have to maintain consistency for everything, whatever we are doing. Because what happens, people will come and they will see, okay, today Ravi has done this thing, so we have to learn this thing. Because motivation also requires every day. because success will not come in a single day or 1 month or 2 months. It will definitely take some time. And if you are spending your time consistently, then I think you would definitely see a success, not instant success. So I think we must be much patience on this side.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that's all from my side. So if
Thank
any
you.
closing statement from Ravi, so you
No, it's the
can
same
end.
statement. Learning is the key, and the key is consistency. If you do it, if you give everything to ServiceNow, ServiceNow will return you back. It's like give and take. So respect, give respect and take respect. That's all I wanted to say. And thank you so much, Prashant, for having me here. We'll do much more content. I think we have done few technical contents also in the past. So if we get a chance, we'll do much more.
Yeah, definitely we will be coming back on technical side also. So we will plan for that in future. So I
Yep.
think that's all for today. Thanks
Thank you so much.
everyone for joining us.
Thank you.